For Math 1001 Quantitative Reasoning. It will cover topics from Unit 1, including ratios and unit price. This can be found in the book in Section 6.2. We'll start with a couple definitions. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities using division. Another definition, for two non-zero numbers, let's call them A and B, the ratio of A to B is written as, we have a couple ways. We can write it with a colon between A and B. We say A to B, the ratio of A to B, or we can write it like a fraction, A over B. Both of these represent the ratio of A to B. In general, a lot of times we'll use the fraction notation more often in this course because it allows for us to solve equations a little easier when it's in fraction notation. Let's look at an example. A math class includes 30 students. 20 are freshmen, 8 are sophomores, and 2 are juniors. Find each of the following ratios. The first is the ratio of freshmen to sophomores. So what we can think about is we'll go ahead and use the fraction notation here. We need the ratio of, I wrote fraction instead of freshmen. Freshmen to sophomores. This is how our comparison should look. So freshmen over sophomores, there are 20 freshmen and 8 sophomores. So the ratio is 20 to 8. However, this can be simplified. I noticed that both of these numbers are divisible by 4. So if I divide them both by 4 and put this in simplest form, 20 divided by 4 is 5, 8 divided by 4 is 2. So the ratio of freshmen to sophomores is 5 to 2. Now let's look at the ratio of sophomores to juniors. So it'll be sophomores over juniors. And order does matter. It must be sophomores compared to juniors, not the other way, juniors compared to sophomores. So there are 8 sophomores and 2 juniors, which that can be simplified as 4 to 1. So the ratio of sophomores to juniors is 4 to 1. You could think for every 4 sophomores, there's 1 junior. This leads us into the next definition called a unit ratio. A unit ratio is a ratio, A to B, where B equals 1. Okay. Unit ratios are going to help us compare different rates, different ratios. So let's look at this next example. A Toyota Camry can travel approximately 420.5 city miles using 14.5 gallons of gas. A Honda Accord, a kind of similar car, can travel approximately 444 city miles on 14.8 gallons of gas. Which gets the better gas mileage? We can use unit ratios to compare here. So we will use unit ratios to compare. Let's start with the Camry. We'll put that one over here. What do we know about the Camry? It can go 420.5 miles using 14.5 gallons of gas. And if we're talking about gas mileage, think about how that is usually told to you. It's in miles per gallon. So we can think of this ratio as 420.5 miles over 14.5 gallons. And if we simplify that, come down here, we can divide 420.5 divided by 14.5. So you can grab your calculator to do that division. We get 29 miles per 1 gallon. That means the Camry gets 29 miles per gallon. Pretty good. So let's compare to the Accord. The Accord can travel approximately 444 miles with its gas tank of 14.8 gallons. Now notice if you're just kind of glancing, 444 miles on 14.8 gallons, 420.5 miles of 14.5 gallons, they're kind of similar to each other. So we are using this unit ratio to know, to make this comparison to see how similar they are. So this will be 444 miles over 14.8 gallons. And to find that unit ratio, basically we're just going to take that number A and divide it by B. So 444 divided by 14.8. Again, just grab your calculator real quick and find that. And you end up with 30 miles per 1 gallon. So the Accord gets 30 miles per gallon and the Camry gets 29 miles per gallon. So we can say as our answer, the Accord gets better gas mileage. There we go. All right, let's look at another situation where unit prices are helpful for us. So if you're at the grocery store and you are looking at cornflakes, maybe that's the cereal you want this week, you can compare because there are multiple size boxes. Here we see the 18-ounce box, you will pay $4.99 for it, and the 24-ounce box, you would pay $5.49. So which one would be the better buy, and what is the cost difference? So let's compare each of these using a unit ratio. So let's look at the 18-ounce box first. It is $4.99 per 18 ounces. And if we make that a unit ratio, again, we just take this $4.99 and divide by 18 using a calculator. And we end up with 0.2772, so about 28 cents per ounce. Okay. If we look at the 24-ounce box, it costs a little more. It is $5.49. But it's a 24-ounce box, so you're also getting a little bit more cornflakes. Now let's compare though. Is it a better buy? Again, we'll use a unit ratio and we'll take the $5.49 and divide it by 24, and we end up with 0.22875. So about 23 cents per 1 ounce. So which is the better buy? Well, the better buy is the one that costs less per ounce. This one over here, this is about, if we round 2 decimal places, makes sense because it's money. So this is about 28 cents per ounce. And again, we'll round over here. This one is about approximately 23 cents per ounce. And it looks to me like that 24 ounce is the better buy. This is the better buy. And why is it the better buy? Well, what is the cost difference per ounce? The 24-ounce box is a better buy because it costs about 5 cents, so 5 cents less